Popular TikToker Keith Lee causing a lot of conversation on social media about Atlanta's food scene after he visited a couple of different restaurants over the weekend.
Yesterday, me and my family were at the one music festival. Somebody who works with Kandi Burruss walked up to us and said they've been trying to reach us since we got to Atlanta. For me to come the old lady gang. Me and my family showed up and we attempted to order before we got here. We called the number they had connected on Yelp 3 times, no answer. We tried to order through DoorDash and it said it was temporarily closed.
Lee, who has more than 14 million followers, is known for his honest reviews and also for his good deeds.
Oh, okay, so it's sin and die.
My family asked how long the wait was to be seated. They said an hour to an hour and a half.
Yes, hour and a half.
He talked about how some of the rules at Atlanta's establishments made it hard for him to even get food to review.
And I'm so glad that this is getting some highlight, because let me tell you something, child. Look at the reviews. Go to Old Lady Gang. Look at the reviews on the food alone.
So now people all over social media, they have responded about how they have also had some similar issues in the A at some of these popular spots.
Kandi ain't gonna learn until they shut down that business.
It's crazy in my opinion. God bless you.
It's Justin Diego back with another binge-worthy video. And today, we have to talk about how this viral food reviewer, Keith Lee, is completely blowing up our spot and exposing the truth about Atlanta's extremely frustrating and problematic Black-owned restaurant businesses. And how the Real Housewives of Atlanta star, Kandi Burruss, is one of the latest to go viral for all the wrong reasons, after Keith Lee just exposed the OLG and how things were so bad that he actually had to leave the restaurant without any food at all.
This is some sad ass shit. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, now look. I've heard about this Keith Lee effect before, and I couldn't believe how many DMs I got from all of you guys, all sharing that video that Keith Lee just posted about the OLG. At first, I was really hopeful and kind of excited to see Kandi benefiting from one of the most positive food reviews ever. And then I saw Kandi Burruss trending on Twitter, and I was like, that's interesting, because normally if something starts on TikTok, you don't really end up trending on Twitter. And then y'all, I started watching the video and whoo, child, this is bad.
Yesterday, me and my family were at the one music festival. Somebody who works with Kandi Burruss walked up to us and said they've been trying to reach us since we got to Atlanta. He said he'd been constantly emailing me and constantly DMing me for me to come the old lady gang. I got it, but let's try it and rate it 1 through 10. As you can see, I don't have any bags in my hands. Me and my family showed up and we attempted to order before we got here. We called the number they had connected on Yelp 3 times, no answer. We tried to order through DoorDash and it said it was temporarily closed. So when we pulled up, I sent my family in to order for us. They said on the weekends, due to being busy, they don't do any takeout at all.
They need to go order. No, we don't need to go order.
Which is completely understandable.
Okay, is nobody gonna talk about how Keith said that some random person from the OLG was literally begging him to come out and review the restaurant? Because let's just be for real. The restaurant doesn't exactly have the reputation of being an Atlanta favorite, if you know what I mean.
Now let's get into it.
And no, I'm not being shady, because I'm actually one of the people that be windmilling for the OLG within my own friend group, because I've actually had several great experiences at both locations. And I may have some pieces hanging up, you know, as artwork in the restaurant. So yes, I'm biased. But that's the thing. People actually love Keith Lee because apparently he's hell-bent on being absolutely transparent, honest, and completely unbiased in his reviews, and sometimes that actually backfires on the business.
So what we decided to do, because my family's gonna go eat, they're just gonna come bring the food out while I'm sitting in the car, so they have no idea I'm here. My family asked how long the wait was to be seated. They said an hour to an hour and a half. She also said they didn't have any reservations available, so they didn't take down any number, any contact information, nothing. My family then came and relayed that message to me, and I decided to go in myself. We walked in and we were greeted by a nice young lady. And then I met some amazing people who were eating there, and we took some pictures. God, it's amazing. As soon as me and my wife were done taking pictures, the lady said the table was ready. As always, I don't want any special treatment. I want to be treated like everybody else. I pay for my food like everybody else. I'm a normal person. I'm a normal customer. Things like this is exactly why I do reviews the way I do. Just because I have a certain amount of followers on social media don't make me different from nobody. My mom, my mom-in-law, my sister, they all paying customers just like me. So I want them to be treated just like me. So I asked how long the wait time has been today. She said an hour to an hour and a half. So which I then asked, how were you able to sit me in 5 minutes? This is her response.
How long are we looking for as far as wait?
I'm just gonna sit up there. 5 minutes. I don't know, wait, this how call came. Now it's whoever first come, first serve.
Again, my family just attempted to eat there less than 2 minutes ago. I then told her I changed my mind, we're gonna go eat somewhere else, and I said, God bless you, and I walked out.
Yeah, after hearing about his horrible experience and ultimately watching Keith leave, all in the name of being against receiving any sort of special treatment, I personally do not believe that Don Juan or anybody from the OLG actually summoned him to the restaurant. What? I feel like some petty ass Kandi hater was trying to be funny and set them up by saying that he needed to come to the restaurant because they knew that he would end up exposing the OLG.
Don't be shocked. You're shocked? You're shocked?
Now, of course, that is just a theory, and ultimately, there is no excuse for what happened, but I just feel like I'm not really feeling like Team Kandi was at the One Music Fest summoning him to the restaurant knowing what it was gonna give. And yeah, I get it, like a good review would have been great, but come on. Come on.
You most certainly did.
No, I didn't, dingbat. Listen!
Be sure to stick around to the very end of this video where I'll actually share what I think is the real problem with Atlanta's Black-owned business model. Okay, apparently Keith has been in Atlanta for a few days now, and this is certainly not the first review that he's done. Another popular restaurant named Milk and Honey was one of the first to sit in the hot seat after receiving a really poor review from Keith Lee that went viral on TikTok.
Me and my family are in Atlanta, and currently we are at the Real Milk and Honey. I got it, let's try it, and rate it 1 through 10. As you can see, I don't have any bags in my hands. We are at the Real Milk and Honey on Main Street in College Park. I stayed in the car and my family went in, and they told them they were closed early for deep cleaning. Yet the door is wide open and it's people still going in and grab their order. But we still in Atlanta and we on Main Street and it's a bunch of spots here. So we're gonna go to a different spot. God bless you, have an amazing day, y'all be safe.
Yeah, this was really bad for the restaurant, and the owners of Milk and Honey definitely did not take Keith Lee's review well at all. Jumping on TikTok themselves in a now deleted video where they attempted to question his credibility while playing in his face.
Did you see this Keith Lee video about the Real Milk and Honey?
And who is this Keith Lee?
Daddy. You don't know Keith Lee? Yeah.
No.
With TikTok followers of Keith jumping in the comments talking about, who is Keith Lee? ? The person who has y'all rehearsing and recording, pretending you don't know who he is, with the all you mad stink emoji. Since then, Cardi B has actually spoke up, siding with Keith Lee, further leaving Atlanta's restaurant industry in shambles.
First thing first, right? You could barely order in Atlanta restaurants. Like you go like, hey, I would like to make an order. Oh yeah, we don't take orders. We don't take orders. I feel like Atlanta restaurants, they don't like to make money. I feel like they don't like people. They don't like their customers. They just don't fucking like it.
The most shocking thing about what Cardi B reveals is that sometimes she has literally name dropped to be treated with any sort of respect.
Like I have to tell like people that order food from me, like, can you just name drop my name? Because first and first, they don't do no pickup orders. They don't do deliveries. They just don't do shit.
And I just feel like that's really ridiculous. I just can't understand. And I really can't believe that she would actually get online and share that she would do something so disgusting. Hey, I'd like to order a 10-piece fried extra hard with lemon pepper, extra wet, and I'm gonna stop you right there, sis. We don't even take food orders over the phone. This phone is only here because people be calling out. Wait, what do you mean you don't take orders over the phone? Like it says that you're taking takeout orders only online? Like I'm confused. Oh my God, I just said we don't even sell food. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna tell Cardi B. Oh, not this order for Cardi B. That's all you have to say. Now, the best part about this story is that Keith doesn't really pride himself on breaking down the restaurants that he talks about. And in fact, he even urges his fans not to send hate or do any shady reviews to get back at these restaurants, which I found to be really, really nice.
I'm gonna be very transparent and honest. I am frustrated. Me and my family just trying to eat food. That's all we try to do. At the same time, I am frustrated. I understand we are all humans. I do not agree. I do not support. I do not condone shaming this business based on my experience. And I'm not playing. I understand everybody got their own opinions on situations, but don't go leaving them 0-star reviews. You ain't never been here before. If you like to, come experience it yourself and then leave your reviews. But just leaving a review based on my experience is crazy in my opinion. God bless you.
And sometimes, businesses actually rise to the occasion and are given rave reviews like this business named The Dining Experience, and social media love to see it, and I felt like it was really special seeing real Atlanta residents verifying the Keith Lee effect and sharing how much love this business has been receiving since it blew up on social media.
This is the power of Keith Lee. Listen, this place closed at 3, y'all. Here it is. This place closed at 3 o'clock. I've been living over here for 2 years down the street, and they talking about they food. They not letting nobody else in. Y'all, this is the power of Keith Lee. Do you hear me? This is crazy.
Now, since Kandi started trending after this review of her restaurant, everybody has been wondering what she would say. And oh my God, y'all, I was actually able to get my hands on this exclusive footage of Kandi's actual reaction seeing Keith Lee's video about her restaurant.
I know damn well that is not my shit I just heard. I know damn well you not biting off my shit.
Just kidding. Let me stop playing. Here's what Kandi actually had to say on her very own TikTok.
I really just wanted to say, I do appreciate Keith Lee for stopping by our restaurant and trying to show us love. It is very unfortunate that we couldn't serve him and his family. We would have loved to, okay? But he's right. We don't take to-go orders on the weekends, and the simple reason is because we do love and appreciate the people who come and support our restaurant. On the weekends, we get a lot of community support, people in our city that show up for us, as well as a lot of people from out of town. So with that being said, we don't want to overwhelm our kitchen by having to, have such long times for the people who are actually at the restaurant.
Yeah, I was really happy to see her actually take this serious instead of letting it die down. And I'm especially happy to see that Kandi opted to take a different approach than that milk and honey restaurant. But I read in the comments that some fans feel like Kandi missed the main issue that Keith Lee had. While she apologized and welcomed him back, she failed to address the allegations of Keith receiving any sort of special treatment.
No, I'm not about to speak on it.
While her loyal fans without any following would have had to be subjected to wait an hour and a half. And at first, I was like, okay, maybe Kandi was in a rush and she didn't get it. But then I saw that Kandi actually reposted a video and thanked one of her fans who came in her defense about that issue.
Everybody's like, oh, how come it was 5 minutes for him and an hour and a half when his family went in? And it's really simple. When did we stop acknowledging that notoriety equals priority? Notoriety, priority, hand in hand. If your friend owned a restaurant and you walked in and that bad boy had an hour wait line, but you walked in and your friend is the owner, you're not gonna wait an hour. Let's just keep it real. If you know the owner, you're not waiting an hour. You're a celebrity, you're not waiting an hour. You're a really known influencer, you're not waiting an hour. So I really think it's unrealistic that people are saying that there's something wrong with him getting priority.
And honestly, y'all, I'm screaming because these are facts. While I understand that Atlanta definitely has a lot of growing to do and there are a lot of things that need to change, this is not an Atlanta issue. This is just how it goes, child. And honestly, I didn't understand why Keith had an issue with this in the first place. And then he cleared that up.
Usually when celebrities come in, they want to be treated like that. I'm not a celebrity, I'm a normal person. So I get the employee was just trying to do her job. I'm just not the target audience for that kind of treatment. So we went to another place. This week has been insane.
Okay, y'all, now let's talk about some real issues. Okay, now I know that this could go either way, but I saw this video from this TikTok creator that I absolutely agree with 1000%. There's a reason that her video has over 250,000 likes. Her name is Cecilia Regina 275, and she honestly really made me think.
So the real Keith Lee touched down in Atlanta, and he's been exposing what we've been talking about in Atlanta for the longest time, prompting think pieces galore about these crazy house rules and horrible customer service. But nobody is talking about the crux of the issue, which is that Black people don't think other Black people deserve good customer service.
Oh my God, y'all. This is it. This is the reason.
There's a reason Atlanta is unique. All over the country, Black people are running amazing businesses. And also all over the country, Black people are being incredible customers. I think Keith Lee himself is a great example of this dynamic. He goes out there to bless people specifically with massive tips. The problem is when the population of Black business owners and Black customers get together. And I can prove to you empirically that that is the issue.
And it's too bad. And I know it may be strange to explore this idea, but y'all, can we really talk? Is this a safe space?
Every city has a subset of the Atlanta experience. And what is it? Popeyes. That is typically Black people serving Black people, and it gives you a microcosm of this Atlanta experience. The Popeyes employees are so quick to get belligerent, so quick to get angry, so quick to get aggressive over you basically asking them to do their jobs. And the customers can be very out of line as well. But why are the employees so quick to jump to anger? Why do they start off on the bad foot? It's because of the population they're serving. When you ask for basic things like extra sauce, they feel like you're not entitled to those things. They don't have to be kind. They don't have to be nice. Now, the reason this stays contained is because most times we don't own the franchise. We're just working at the franchise. So there's only so belligerent, so extra the employee is going to get. But Atlanta is proof positive of what happens when that Popeyes attitude gets taken to the very top of the food chain. All of these house rules and automatic gratuities are because the owners believe the worst of the customers before they even show up.
Whoa, I had not even thought about this, and it actually makes total sense.
A lot of these businesses are new, so they're not based on experience, they're based on stereotypes, which is already bad and hurtful enough. The problem extends far beyond the restaurants themselves. Keith Lee has been talking about how he can't even order food on the phone, he can't order food through DoorDash, even though you're supposed to be able to use these options, and how he's been running in circles trying to get the privilege of spending his money at this business. And that's it. That's the heart of the issue. Atlanta businesses as a whole, whether they be hair businesses, restaurants, notaries, whatever, think that you are the one who should be catering to them. Every other city has it figured out. How to get your restaurant on DoorDash, how to have efficient wait times, how to deliver, how to take phone orders. But when it comes to Atlanta, it's not that there are not solutions to all these problems, it's that they don't want solutions.
Oh, I hate to say this because I'm definitely Team Kandi, but that is one of the issues with Kandi's apology statement. She said that they don't take to-go orders on weekends because they get overwhelmed and she don't want to stress her team out. And I feel like I go to a lot of other popular restaurants that serve everybody in Atlanta, and I'm not aware that they cut off their potential customers who want to order to go or online or whatever just to like ward off and like keep things calm. Like, isn't that what everybody wants? Don't you want your business to be busy and booming? But hey, that's the way it goes with a lot of these Black-owned businesses in Atlanta.
That's sickening.
Okay, yeah, y'all definitely need to check out her full video on TikTok. Cecilia Regina 75 definitely made this whole video worth it for me because now I think that I truly understand what's really going on. And I feel the need to go ahead and clarify y'all that I love Black-owned businesses and I want to support Black-owned businesses. I personally have my own Black-owned business. I mean, here we are. So like, obviously I want us all to win, but with these restaurants, y'all, we gotta do better. And that's why I chose to join this conversation. Comment right now and tell me what you guys think about all this. Do you think that Keith Lee is being way too hard on Atlanta's Black-owned businesses and doing way more harm than good? Or do you think that his taste tests and food reviews are ultimately good for the Black community and Keith Lee is simply doing the Lord's work?
Show me better days are coming, so I'll keep kneeling in the mud. Show me.
Instead of crying, you need to rejoice. Because guess what? That man walked into your establishment and God put that on his heart with all his friends and family and his mother and his kids. Say, you know what? I want to be a blessing to us.
Lord, can you give me a whole lot of strength? 'Cause I keep reliving every single mistake. That handle of whiskey keeps calling my name. Lord, I'll be praying, please don't delay. Please don't delay. Please don't delay.